Good morning, everyone. Before getting to the main topic today, let me begin with a short question. How many times did you check social media today? For many teenagers, social media is no longer just an entertainment. It becomes a part of their daily life. As you can see, this is a study on the average daily social media usage time of American teenagers in 2023. With total usage time across all platforms reaching about 4.8 hours a day. And here is the data from Taiwan. On weekdays, teenagers spend about 4.2 hours on social media. And on weekends, it jumps to 7 hours. And I personally experienced the negative effects of overusing social media. I used to feel anxious when I saw other people's glamorous lives and flawless appearances. But after I decided to do some research and making changes to my own habits, I started to see the real difference. As you can see now, I only use Instagram for about 4 hours in total, which means 1 week. Mostly just replying to my friends' messages. That's about 30 minutes a day. And I realized that I felt less anxious and more focused on my real life. This made me understand how serious this issue is. So today I want to talk about why regulation is necessary for teenagers to protect their mental health and well-being. First, I will explain the negative effects. Second, I will discuss the risk that teenagers may face on social media. And third, I will present some solutions and explain why regulation is necessary. So social media has several negative effects on teenagers. First, mental health problems. Studies show that heavy social media use is linked to higher level of anxiety and depression. Many teenagers often compare themselves to other people online, which can make them feel stressed or unhappy. Second is low self-esteem. On social media, people usually post only the best parts of their lives, but this creates an unrealistic standards, making teenagers feel like they are always not good enough. Third, addiction and its impact on daily life. Many teenagers find it difficult to stop scrolling. As a result, they stay up late, lose sleep, and have trouble focusing in real life. And so overall, these effects show that social media is not just a harmless entertainment. It can seriously affect mental health, self-image, and daily habits. Besides these effects, teenagers also face some risk on social media. One major risk is cyberbullying. Teenagers may receive hurtful comments or messages at any time, which can lead to stress and affect mental health. And another risk is exposure to harmful content, such as violent videos and unrealistic beauty standards and false information. These informations are not all suitable for them, and they may influence their thinking and behavior. And now, to better understand why social media can be so addictive, we can look at something called behavioral addiction model. According to this model, social media addiction can includes 6 main symptoms. First, salience, which means social media becomes the most important part of a person's daily life and thoughts. Second, tolerance. Over time, people need to spend more and more time on social media just to feel the same level of satisfaction. Third, mood modification. Many teenagers use social media as a way to escape from stress or negative emotional from the real life. Fourth, relapse. Even when they try to reduce their usage, they often find it difficult to stop. Fifth, withdrawal. When they cannot use social media, they started to feel anxious or uncomfortable. And finally, there is conflict, where excessive use begins to affect their schoolwork, relationships, and daily responsibilities. So these symptoms show that social media addiction is not just a habit. It can actually function like a real behavioral addiction. So why regulation is necessary? According to the World Health Organization, more than 11% of adolescents show signs of problematic social media use. These users often have difficulty to control their behavior and experience the negative emotional effects. In addition, the rate is higher among girls at 13% compared to 9% for boys. These show that social media addiction is not just a personal issue, it is a widespread problem. Because of these problems, regulation is necessary. First, teenagers are still developing self-control, and their brains are not fully matured, so they are more easily influenced by addictive designs. Second, social media platforms are designed to maximize screen time, but these create an unfair situation where teenagers are constantly being pulled to stay online. Third, excessive use and harmful content can directly affect their mental health, sleep, and academic performance. So what can be done? Platforms should take concrete actions. First, set strict time limits. Teenagers should be limited to about 3 hours per day, and apps should automatically lock when the limit is reached. Second, restrict usage after 10 p.m. This can help prevent late night scrolling and improve sleeping quality. Third, implement stronger age verification. This ensures that users are actually within the correct age group and receive appropriate contents. Fourth, control content recommendation. Platforms should reduce addictive features such as infinite scrolling and filter harmful contents. In conclusion, social media has serious negative effects on teenagers, such as mental health issues, low self-esteem, and addiction. Teenagers also face some risk on social media, including cyberbullying, harmful contents, and uncontrollable usage. Because of these problems, regulation is necessary. Platforms should take responsibility by limiting usage time, controlling content, and improving safety features. And finally, I want to leave you with one message. Behind the polished and glamorous images on the internet, you are already good enough. You don't need to compare yourself with other people, because only you can define your own value. Thank you for listening.